little slower than it has to be. Hey guys, you got the lady hippie here, and yeah, I'm still at the bar. Where else do I be? Entertainment purposes only, just so everybody knows. I think I'm gonna just wiggle a bit, so I'm right with the camera. I don't have a production crew here, and yeah, I see we're just a little bit of an echo. Bear with me, guys. Wear all the hats here. So, how is everybody today? Yeah, we got a storm here, so I probably won't do as much time as I had expected to do today. So let's try to get jiggy with it some way. My poor golden mic is never where it's supposed to be. And my sound box is either. I'm always fidgeting with all this stuff. Right now, it's good enough. It's picking me up well enough, I think. I won't know until I edit, and I generally really slow on the editing process. Sometimes I cheat and I throw this puppy out there without editing. That's when they don't like me. So, and that's a question there too. I'm still fidgeting. It's not easy to get up here and talk like myself. Basically, a lot of us do this. We wait for your comments and so forth. And I am waiting them this morning. I know though it's a Monday. Holy Hannah, what a Monday already. I don't know if you noticed I'm wearing different glasses. I see some things are popping up. I've grabbed my standby glasses, the ones I wore. Actually, I think the set before this one, so it'll be two sets back. And I can actually see better through these. Took them out of a drawer, and they were cleaner than the pair I used today. It's a Monday. So yeah, I have my other glasses on. I've gotten to where I see fairly well since we did the surgery. It's, I think, just a habit, basically. I cannot get this thing to go right this morning. Okay, let's try that. See if we got somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to keep fidgeting. There we are. I'm not so sure if you're echoing too. Besides me, I've got my headphones on. As you can tell, the other reason for the hairpiece is because I have to hold the earphones up when they're done right here. I'm little. So, by the way, guys, if you've ever seen my content or if you're seeing it today, it would help us enormously with the channel if you would just share, like, tickle the bell, subscribe. It's free. It just gives you a little ring when I'm dropping a new one in. And I used to do 7 days a week when I first started. Well, I did that for 6 months, and we're in the 6th month. So I decided that I was going to cut back a little bit. So I kind of try to take 2 days off, so at least 5 are in the can. So we'll see how that works. I might go to every other day, at least, maybe even taking the 2 days off. It's not that I do a lot of work in here. It's a lot of work for the editing because I never stop. I'm jumping from one thing to the next, which is not as cool as it sounds. Here we go again. I think we're there with Pixie. Barely did a white knuckle grip on the other side of the bar. She fell through the hole, which is funny. She ended up bouncing right around and into Tasmania's face. Tasman, don't you try. Get over here. I spend half the time that I'm doing this telling one cat or another, especially my Pixie, knock it off. She climbed in my hand when she was just a few weeks old and she'd gotten a cut on her eye and it was green. And it had swelled up, and I didn't think we were going to save the eye, but we did. And she's a mess. This one is, I've seen these cats on commercials that shove stuff until it falls over, then they look down. She does this. I've tried everything to break her. She shakes off water like she's an otter in a swimming pool. I mean, she's good. So you can't get her with the sprayer. She doesn't like baths, however, so I think today I'll give her a bath. Calm her down. She's always up here, though. It doesn't matter how much I torture her. She's going to be back up here. So, what's going on today? It being a Monday, blooming everything. Apparently, Sundays are pretty good. Everybody takes Sunday off. Yeah. And I'm wearing one of the cute day dresses Robert got me from Burlington. I think this is an Oscar De La Renta. I forget. I mean, it's like it'll be for their price. It's like $225, and then Burlington will have it for $30. So we wait for those sales. But yeah, I like this little one. It's kind of a stretch print. It's more of an envelope dress, kind of straight. And generally, I don't wear those at my age, but I like this one. And I'm not going anywhere really today. But you guys, you can't see all of me. Yeah, I'm really good with that one. I do say this occasionally to all the other, I'm fidgeting, to all the other women out there that they say that the camera gives you 10 pounds more. It does not. I'm here to explain to everybody, including the women watching right now, it adds 40 pounds and about 10, 15 years on age. So good luck. I'm still fighting all of those. So I know I never thought I'd see the 21st century. And here I am almost a quarter way through it. And it's been fascinating. It really has. So instead of talking about me again, I've been watching very little, but I have picked up a few things. I thought it was wonderful to see that they had rescued 4 hostages in the Gaza Strip. Um, I almost cried to see 4 back, and they had never been in the tunnels. None of this 4. They were in apartments on the Gaza Strip with people taking them back and forth with Hamas. I guess they'll have to let us know more if they can. I'm just relieved and gratified and enjoying the fact that they're home with their families. I thought for sure we would have a real problem. I didn't think we were going to get any more back alive. Truthfully, I did not. So I'm glad to see I was wrong. There's still a lot of hostages down there. A lot. Now I see we can't hear me. I've got little buttons that do applause and all that, but I think it's only in my earphones. So I need to do better than that. There we go. I'm fidgeting. Yes, that's me. I'm the original fidgeter. I didn't even turn on the telly in here. I've been running in and out of the bedroom because I have the new kitten and I have one on surgery recovery. So I call it the NICU or the CICU or the KICU, however you want to do that. I got the kitties in my room. And I keep a litter box there in the master bathroom. So half the time I'll throw it in the tub. But with these guys on pretty much full care, because the kitten she can't come out full time under all these cats. And I did bring her out here while I'm out here, and now I can't find her. I call her Fast Walker, and her nickname is Gizmo. She looks more like a little mouse now, but she used to resemble Gizmo. She looks a lot like my Serenity with the gray on the face and the back, and she's just cute as a button. But she's also one of those just don't listen. She likes to, and she will bite you, she will claw you, and she will not stop. So I shove her out, say good luck. So then I hurry in here to do this. So this afternoon, we've got a major storm system that's been coming through in waves. So I didn't know if I'd be able to make a full hour today, guys. I'm going to probably end it early when the thundering starts again. That means if you can hear the thunder, you can be struck by lightning. And I've been nearly struck twice in my life. Your hair goes out, you're frozen. So technically, I guess I was hit because I was frozen, the hair out. The first time I was at the sink cleaning the sink, and I had the little rubber thongs on. They were pretty thick. And my son was around 2 or 3 years old, and he was standing at the sink. And he was talking to me about something, probably his Nintendo. I forget. It's been around a long time. So, and it was Texas same time. It was a big, big storm. Man, we used to get some hell of a storms through there. Still do for what I've seen. So by the time I realized it, I couldn't move, that I was nearly struck by light. You could see it arcing on the metal plumbing underneath the sink. It was one of those, very old. And so I'm like, I can't move, and my hair has straightened. I mean, I had long hair down past my waist, and all my hair is stuck out, and I can't move. And I'm scared my son is going to touch the sink, which I think may be electrified at that point because that's where my hand is. And I was wet. I was standing in water. I think the only thing that saved me that time were those rubber shoes. But finally, it stopped arcing, and I could let go and grab my son. My hand that had been on the sink was just black on the palm. So I guess technically we could call that one. Just you can't make that shit up. It's just like wow, and yeah. So it's happened twice. I've had ball lightning come through my house. I've had two tornadoes in 2 different locations come through my backyard and just actually this one had two tornadoes already, and the other home down in middle Georgia, it had happened once, and it took out five cars, and we were just that was when my husband ran his own automotive store, and that was it. We were done. These were cars that had never been picked up again by the owners, and some had been there 2 years or so, and I had kept filing with the court system. And I actually had one clerk tell me, we are not a collection agency. I was like, seriously, why did you adjudicate it in my favor if you're not? So just so you know, you got to keep going. And you pay $50 back then, a pop to do that. Bad checks, so forth. You had to go do that. They didn't do anything to help you, but they wanted that money so you could go to court. Nobody else came. I love Georgia. It's just, that's when I got my divorce in San Antonio, and I did it myself. I fired 3 attorneys, just bam, 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 did it. They wanted $600 a phone call. They out their minds. I told them to see me in court. I want to see a judge tell me you should charge me $600 for a phone call that you made to me. I didn't make it to you. You called me. So you owe me 600 quid. Watch a lot of BritBox. I miss it. I miss being in Europe sometimes. I was glad to get back, as a matter of fact. So, and I'm trying to figure out which, these are my old glasses, and I can see fine in them. My husband is going to try to fix the screw fell out that holds the frame together. And so it's, yeah. I looked everywhere. I thought I had bought a new one. Not found that puppy anywhere. Nowhere. Isn't it just a Monday? Yeah, that's what I thought. I haven't been able to really catch up on the Biden trial. I'm like going, which one? By now, the other one should have been impeached and on trial for his life. He won't be able to be adjudicated that way because, of course, he's old. Is that you, Gizmo? I hear the scramble of little feet because she's playing in my chair. I don't know if you can see. Let's see which way. Yeah, you see an arm of it. We're taking down the big shelves to be used in my room for a bookcase. We lost a bookcase in the move, and I still haven't painted the door. You have to excuse me, guys. We got a lot to do. We're old. It's not like the grandson or the son showed up and said, hey, y'all busy, want to help? Or any of the friends that sit here and drink free at our bar. No, they're all busy. They're always busy like that whenever you have something to do. I mean, family, for one, they kick your butt in a heartbeat to your face. Family's probably more worse than everybody else. You got friends until you frippin' need something. If they need something, they call your ass. The other way around doesn't work as well. I poured my grounds out by mistake. I got it in the trash, but they went everywhere. I usually take the filter out. So, yeah, I'm still trying to get coffee grounds out of everything, and I forgot to check my coffee pot. And I think there's grounds in there, but I just don't care. I'm tired. I don't know if anybody else saw the recent news or not. If you did, throw something in there to talk about or to check. I keep telling everybody it's a challenge. Bring it. Come see Social Woodstock. Even if you are not contributing to it, if you are seeing it, hit the like button. I keep saying that. I hate saying that little tribute thing. I get up here just basically because I can and because I'd like to see the Woodstock thing catch hold before you don't have this medium anymore. For those in the baby boomer / for me, hippie tribe. Yeah, they classify us all as baby boomers. Bite me. I can deal with hippie. My nickname's been Wicked since I was 17, and my drill sergeant gave it to me. We were the first women to train as regular Army instead of Black Corps. It's cool because we now have women jet pilots, women firefighters, women doing everything. It was all right for them to do that in World War II. Till the men came home, they had to have a job too. So killed my mother, the adopted mother. And she wanted to work and be out of the house and meet people, and that's what she was doing in California, where he was based out of. he was actually at Pearl Harbor. I can't remember which one he was on though, which ship. In any event, he barely made it. He and his brother. The other two brothers were somewhere else in, I think that maybe not the Pacific Theater, but the other one. In any event, he lost two brothers at that area, whichever one, I can't think of it. Or no, it wasn't D-Day because they were all Navy, like the Sullivans. There were 5 Sullivans. There were 4 Bullocks, and it was really rough on them. And nobody would talk about war, not the actual events of World War II or what they did in World War II. And I was always so curious. And one time only, my Uncle Bobby, who passed away after this, and I still miss him, said there's a reason that we can't talk about it because they were Navy. I thought it wouldn't be as bad. It was just as bad. They were having to kill people indiscriminately. They also knew nobody could take hostages because it was mainly house-to-house fighting in certain areas, in particular, like Berlin. You couldn't put one rock on another one and make anything out of it in Berlin. They just beat the shit out of Berlin. Look at the reels. I mean, I spent decades, it seems like, studying this, and I've been thrown back into it no, Pixie, no. Why do you guys do this? I got one over here, one there. This one's Roman. This is why I need a stiffener. Yeah. So I don't kill cats all day, every day. I promise him I won't smoke as much. And I don't. When I'm up here, I tend to have my stiffener, which I cheated on. I already did today. Made breakfast. Did real good with that. So I'm having my coffee, chatting with Joe. Like I was saying before the cats interrupted me, I have actually seen so much grief in our colleges that I'm not just embarrassed, I'm angry as hell. Where are these kids' parents? And you can't call them kids, they're over 20. I'd been in the military 3 years by the time I was blooming 20. What are these kids doing? Why are you parents out there paying all this money? And these kids are out here protesting? No, there's a lot of community members, but there's a couple stupid people, like the faculty and presidents who've been arrested doing this stupid shit. Because it's hate speech. It's not freedom of expression. It's not freedom of speech. It's simply hate. It's propaganda. Label it as such and get them out of my country. Go wear a burqa. Get one of them letter boxes, man. You're going to love that shit. Don't let that hair stray. If you see a handful of that shit, you toast. Yeah, you'll be murdered. However you want to see it. Is that why you're here? I reckon it is. Palestine. These guys were wearing the headcloths of the Palestinians. I haven't seen yet a Palestinian in a checkered headcloth. Anybody? Show of hands. Now, Nike, I see all the time. But what is the standard issue for the military we'll go with for Gaza, for Palestine? Okay. What was their uniform? Anybody seen it? Anybody know? Show of hands. I mean, Nike shirts, jeans, and sandals. They look just like their neighbor. In fact, they go to the tunnel through their neighbor's house under the fridge. Now, riddle me that, Batman. How y'all gonna fight that when it gets here? It's here already. I heard one that asked what his name was, and he said, "I'm not giving you my name. You'll know my name soon enough." Okay, well, he'd have gone to the pokey and then right back across the border after I waterboarded over some shit. What? Slap him once, slap him twice, and slap him again. Harder. This is what's going on in our country. And now he's supposedly running again. The man's old as dirt. Literally, I've seen dirt that was younger. I mean, it's just, you have 50 years since he was like 30. He's been a senator. He's been a VP. He's been a P. I say that figuratively. So, yeah. He didn't get right none of them times. Why the hell is he running again? He is literally older than dirt. He's so senile, he can't finish a coherent sentence 3/4 of the time. Not one press conference. None of that shit. The very first day, undoing all of Trump's work, he had fun signing those in. Haven't seen him since. Well, on the way to the chopper or on the way to vacation, something to that end. You can see old Jill. She's up there talking for him. She'll say, "Oh, well, he meant." So somebody, where's the money? Follow the money. Follow it. You know, Hunter Biden's laptop appeared in 2016 and they tried to give it to the FBI, the CIA. None of it would take. So it's sat in that guy's shop all these years, almost 10 years, been sitting there 8 years. Apparently, they have the data from it to look at. So the Senate is trying him. Why? He's not nobody. He's just, what's his name's son. Why are they, why does Congress have to, he has to testify before Congress? Why? What the hell? What? Is it going to be over with because y'all are going to vote unanimously not to go after it? You voted for hell for 8 years. So I don't get it. But that's just me. I don't get how they can get trillions of dollars in debt and then tell us that our Social Security is a benefit. A benefit my ass. We'll never get a tenth of what you jackasses stole from us. Social Security is a benefit. Medicaid's a benefit. Then why in the freaking hell did you guys hit my check every week? You brainless idiots. That's another thing that pissed me off very quickly. Is stealing from me. And they've been doing that to every one of us for decades. And I literally mean decades. So why am get up here and talk about this? Screw it. If the Blackhawks come over, I'm bored anyway. Bring it. This is probably why some of them have been taken down. I don't care. I'm going to still say what the hell I please. It must be entertaining to at least those who are having to watch these things go, oh, let's flag this girl. So, yes, I have taken all of the things. I don't think you can really see them, thank goodness, but all of the souvenirs, I should say, but a lot of the Native American things and my Egyptian things and so on. Yeah, so I had to take all those off because we're taking down the shelves, putting them upstairs. So you were seeing them. He got me a new cabinet full of glass. I'm still worried about the doors are glass, the shelves are glass. I'm like, oh my God. This one and behind me against the one wall in my chair is cherry wood and glass shelves with mirrored backgrounds. So they were breaking things when it was wide open. So he was we're trying to get it together so that we can open it up again. Because everything was dirty, dusty. I just couldn't clean it because the minute I did, I was pissed off. So I just, wherever they had shoved it, that's where I left it because they didn't break it. You just don't know. It's a circus around here. It's the Kitty 500, day in, day out. And never a dull moment. So everybody get up here while you can. Like I said, I don't think any of my generation is afraid of this shit. You can pay me to believe that. I don't believe that shit for a second. My generation went to NAM and so forth and so on. My generation has served for 20 years overseas in the theater of war in 2 countries. My generation and my son's generation. And as a matter of fact, my grandson's generation. There was actually a Marine who was the grandfather of one boy who went active duty, and they were serving active duty in the war theater. So was the grandson. So 3 generations there. That's not a good thing, folks. It's like people go, well, I had to go to so many funerals. I quit going. And it drove me crazy. I had to up outside most of the time because the viewing was, oh, they look so good. I'm like, they don't look good. They're dead. What's good about dead? So I'm going with cremation. And I'd probably come back again if somebody was leaning over going, she looks good. They slap you and yeah. It's a baby boomer thing, they say. I'm going to go with hippie because I've been a hippie since I can remember. My brother adopted brother was 13 years older than me. And so I learned to dance the 50s dances, and I was dancing the 60s dances and all of that. So we were there when the schools were integrated. We were there and we marched with them. So yeah, it was always hippie power back then. Wow. This is what I'm talking about. That's the kid. It went up there over the lamp, down across the shelves, back up. And this is a glass case with glass shelves. My husband shops well, doesn't he? Yeah, they're beautiful. I just am frightened to put anything in there. I have a feeling I'm going to hear this crash about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I can't kill things at 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, I can, but I don't have to move. By then, you're like, what? So, yeah, that's always fun. I got some other things I had done in here. We have a thunderstorm that's approaching. I can hear these headphones. You can pick up a cat walking. Literally, they're that good. And at first, I didn't have the earphones, and I just it bugged me. I guess because I really couldn't hear things, and so my husband ran out and got me these, and Bluetooth ready and all that. So they work great. Now to get back to what we were doing, yeah, that thing's bugging me. Hit the chat, guys, if you can. If you don't, hit the comments. Like I said, some days I drop that puppy on Facebook and I don't even edit it. I'm in a hurry. Just throw it in. Basically, those that are on my Facebook page are friends of mine anyway. They know me. They know I'm not gonna slow down. I want to tell it like it is. I don't give a shit if you like it or not. That's freedom of speech, folks, right there. That's freedom of speech. Now you notice I'm not holding a burning flag, right? Yeah, that's freedom of speech. I'm not trying to tell y'all you can't believe that you got to go my way. No, no, that's right. That's freedom of speech. Maybe somebody schooled these youngins that are in school. Because if you want somebody to school, just call me, email me, send it in the chat. I'll see what I can do. Emory is one of the stupid ones here in Atlanta. And again, I go, where's the money? Follow the money and kick the parents' arses for this nonsense and the faculty. And for God's sake, what is the supreme commander, so to speak, doing over these universities? They're going to jail. When they came back, they should have to use somebody else to go get their things because the door should be locked against him, and they should not be here at all anymore. At least not in the scholarly lineups for university. That resume should be red flagged, and she don't ever he whichever. I know of three she's though, which I found amazing because some of these were Ivy League schools. Harvard, say Harvard. I love how they do that. Harvard, yeah. But I was surprised, like I said, to see women at the head of these places, and three of them, and they were in Ivy League schools. These were not cheap schools. Emory's not a cheap school. These are all expensive universities, and yet they're up there with tents and food and spray paint and chains and tearing up libraries and tearing up cafeterias. Yeah. While telling these people on the news, okay, I can't call them the news. The ones with the microphone that say they're news, which they're not. They're only on one side. They only interview people on the side of Free Palestine. They're not talking to the Jewish people who can't go to school and paid for it 3 years ago. Yeah, they have to shelter in place. What the hell for? They paid to go to that school. Let them assholes shelter in place at the jail. That's not free speech. It's not free speech. It's not. How can it be free speech if the ones who've already against such a segment of people? It's so racist. And we're supposed to be not racist. That's what we're supposed to be. No racism. And look at what we got here. And I'm looking at these people and I'm freaking dead out. Okay. I think they should be given a parachute and chunked over Palestine. Give them girls a little letterbox. We don't have no problem with the men killing them. You think they could jerk around like this if they were in that country? Yeah, sure. Yeah, they let women wear those checker pieces on their hair. And yeah, I would be all upset with the school faculty all the way up to the top if I were a parent. Plus, I'd be kicking some ass both ways. A, what the hell are you doing allowing this? And C, what the hell are you doing here? And as for B, I'm just going to catch anybody I can and throw them in the hoosegow. I mean, it's too much. It really is. And to watch these people that say they are reporters, they're not reporters. Reporters are reporting exactly what's happening. They don't put their own bent on it. They don't allow their bent in it. They report the freaking facts. You show me a reporter that's doing that, I'll kiss your ass on Main Street and you could sell tickets. I don't believe that for a second. Nope. And what is it, this community, people? Well, look it up. See if you can go to work for, and you can for them. Yeah, you can. Antifa has its own little list up there. You go up and say, I'll go over here to this city. You pay me so much an hour. They're paying for your room and your food. You sit all day long at a college with a damn one of them handkerchiefs on your head. while you're throwing food on Jewish people. What the flip? We said never again. Never again. So why aren't we talking about the other side? Why aren't we talking about the freaking fact that they're still being shelled every night? That northern Israel has been turned into a wasteland again. When they moved there, it was a wasteland. It was gorgeous. Cherry trees, apple trees, plums, you name it. These guys were, and it's gone. But the international court is saying, well, they're guilty of hate crimes. Where the freak are they guilty of hate crimes? They're not. The hating, and it was well past hate, was visited upon them October 7th. And I heard these stupid shits at the University of Progress saying, we're going to make sure you have October 7th again and again. And I'm like, I would have been trying to hurt people if I'd been there. Literally, I would have been. Well, they're in a headlock, slap, hand them off to the cops. This should never have been allowed to bear fruit. And yet, it's in my own country. This is something I never thought I would see. So this seems to be visited by me often. I really don't see anybody up here going, that's not right. That's hate speech. That's not even speech. That's just, they're holding these kids hostage basically on these campuses with the full intent and supervision of our said government. You guys got to stay in your rooms. Screw you. I saw at least one girl, thank the Lord, did have an attorney. That's costing. Luckily, she comes from a family, hopefully, with a means to pay that. But there is one child that's suing the university because she couldn't go to school, B, they had her money, and C, this was illegally done, completely illegally. And we let everybody protest. Well, I don't think you should be doing that on a campus, university campus, a college campus. It doesn't matter. If it's an institution of learning, get your ass off of it or learn something. I don't give a shit which. Again, I still say that you people that are sitting up there with, Palestine this and Palestine, have you looked at what they're doing still? Now, on the northern side, they've got Iran, but Iran's been funding both these terrorists. And by the way, UNRWA, the UN, I forget what the other letters are, but it's supposed to be something about training. In any event, that billions of our money has gone to every year. Did any of you vote for that shit? I bet you didn't. Did any of you vote for that tax raisings? Now, there's a 2-time death tax at one, too. And the first one was already so bad, nobody wanted to leave anything to anybody because nobody wanted it because they wanted to pay for it again. So those of you watching, show me where I'm wrong on that. Throw it in here because I don't think I'm wrong there either. So I guess I'm looking at my time here, and I said I wasn't going to go for as long today. So I better hit my little cigar again. I'm going to try. I can't say I was any good at that. So I guess I'll get off my soapbox on that one, but that one is still rather current to me, and it should stay in the light. The other thing that needs to stay in the light is the racism that's going on in my country. Not just this, and this was horrific as far as I'm concerned. The International Criminal Court, the ICC, supposedly trying to serve a warrant on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu while he was still dodging the missiles that came across every night. While the Iron Dome was down, they hit the shit out of him. They remember the Iron Dome went down for a little while. Yeah. But they're not sending anything to Iran or to the UN who sanctioned this. The people of Gaza, the Palestinians, hardly had food. They were starved. Hamas was running everything supposedly, but they said they were voted in. Now, these people wear a letterbox. They can see them from their eyes. The rest is black, basically. Some of them had a little color headscarves on when a little thing comes across, because otherwise they'll shoot you. So these people have allowed themselves to be held like this and allowed these atrocities to go on. These assholes on October 7th was using phones and calling their family, telling them how many Jews they killed and what they got. And then, the family's going, go, yeah, kind of thing. That's right. Palestinians. The family members. That's right. They were so happy and so proud that their sons were killing innocent men, women, and children, beheading babies, alive, burning people alive. I won't even go what was happening to the women during this. I think everybody's got a good enough imagination to go there. I'd have saved me a bullet. Hmm. No, and they didn't have weapons at home. This was the other thing. I said, "Where are your freaking weapons? You are less than a click from Gaza." One of the kibutzes they hit, it's like a mile, 2 miles, or a click, as they say, away. That's all. Not one of them had a weapon. The police were gunned down completely at the festival, trying to get the kids to run because that everybody was hang gliding and motorcycling and trucks was all coming in, killing anything that moved. And they went down screaming for these kids to get out to go run. They died alongside the cars, but yet it's okay. And let's go and say what the Israelis are doing. The Israelis have been able to help more civilians than in any war I have seen us in, because they decided not to tell us a damn thing about what they were doing in those two war fronts. Not a damn thing for 20 years. The first we heard about that shit was where? Other than Benghazi, which is another thing. Yeah, they were pulling out of there like they pulled out of Saigon. Kids, teenagers on the wings, trying desperately to go and get out of there. Of course, falling from the plane as it rose and dying. What the hell are we doing there? These guys had goats and some stones and maybe a cart that had wheels for the donkey to pull. I kid you not. Look at some of that shit. I mean, their uniform was sandals and a Nike fucking t-shirt. We had to be there 20 years. We had to give up Bagram Air Force Base with tons of actual money in different denominations. I forget. I think it was 20 Black Hawks, all kinds of ammo, all kinds of weapons. But nobody's talking about that. Just like Benghazi's been swept under the rug, kind of like, it's been wiped, like Hillary wiped those servers with cloth. Those Blackberries she was smashing with a hammer. Nothing to worry about there. Those servers that were in that guy's apartment in his bathroom, she was using as, yeah, that was okay too. Even though they caught the bitch at this shit. No problem. Those men died in Benghazi because she said that we couldn't go in there. Finally, it was a civilian company that was over there. I don't know what you would call them today, but they would do things that the military couldn't do, and they needed to be military, so they had veterans in these core groups, and they went and got the bodies, being told the whole time not to go, not to go. And finally, they snapped, and they went. They knew they were all dead, but they were parading them around naked, dead. Well, Hillary didn't have nothing to say about that shit. Just what does it matter now? Yeah, politics, guys, works for them. But keep on voting them bitches in, even though you don't freaking get a cause for a vote, because that's already been signed, sealed, and delivered before you try to vote November. Don't believe me? Look it up. Get on here and tell me what you found. Bring it. I think some people might be surprised at all that. Again, with the colleges and the universities, where's the outcry? Where's the hue and whine about this? The only thing I've heard is the Palestinian side, which I don't see how they have a side at all because they keep attacking. There were 4 battalions left of these guys. Do you really think we would leave 4 battalions? Oh, yes, we did in Afghanistan. Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, they were going to kill them because they worked for us. I guess that one don't count. Woodstock, it's social Woodstock. We get to sit here and talk about the things that matter to all of us, to our children, to our grandchildren, and my grandchild is old enough to have his own, so to our great-grandchildren. How do you explain to them that you jumped out of Afghanistan after a 20-year war and gave them an Air Force base, complete with planes and helicopters, but didn't get the people under there that worked for you, and you knew they were dead men walking? Babies and everything else. Somebody got a suitcase bomb in there, killed 3 of the Marines before they could get out of there. They had to win when they had to be gone. And they were. Now, the thousands that were begging for a way out, nah, not so much. Kind of like Saigon. I didn't hear a hue and cry. I still don't hear a hue and cry about the racism that's going on in my own country. I also don't hear a hue and cry about 35 million illegals. Well, they say 11 to 12 million. Get a grip, guys. You know that at least 5 times that amount came through. They didn't go through the original channels and go, hi, I want to apply for asylum. No, no, they didn't. These were the people they caught trying to get in. So that's all I know about. They know more, but they're not saying. And they weren't supposed to take them. Poor Governor Abbott there in Texas, the federal government kept threatening that man. They actually sold the materials that were there to finish the fence. When Biden said leave the fence, we don't need a fence. Oh my God, there was still the building materials there for said fence. So they sold that material for pennies on the dollar. They didn't want them to finish that because they were trying to get it finished themselves. Yeah, our own government. Let's make sure we get 30 millions because they need them to vote. That's what they say. Are they that stupid that they don't realize that it's the Electoral College that votes in the next president? Huh. Yeah. They want these people to vote. Excuse me, why? We Americans don't need to go vote because you decided this before the vote was taken. What are we voting for? It's a fait accompli. They've already said it's going to be this president, okay? Y'all seen that. I know you have. And then run out and vote. We need voters. We got to do this. We got to have voters who can't come in. We're going to go door to door to get all those. I can't figure this out. And I've seen them throw away millions of ballots in dumpsters. None of that shit was counted. They were all Trump votes. But how and why did this matter suddenly? You hear a blip about this shit every 4 years. And I've been on since I was 12 and I didn't have Google. But I found out through history and so forth and so on when it was conceived, why it was conceived, and your vote doesn't make a damn. And yet they're running around getting the absentee votes and want to have the illegal votes, the ones that don't need ID. Yeah. Try drive in here if you're not Hispanic or God knows what other nation. Try not to be an American and do that because you'd be going to jail. They know already whether there's a tag. If it's the tag, it's in your name, you got insurance. They know that shit before they go to your door. They know. They know exactly everything. And they go up there, have you got your license, registration, and insurance? They already know. It's not insured. They don't have a title. They don't have a registration because they're here illegally and they grab that thing for cash. So that's what they're doing. They're running around from now state to state and they're selling these illegal drugs and so forth and so on. I see I'm getting a new surprise. So I really hate surprises. Yay. Yeah, I don't like surprises. In any event, I'm hoping to see that I'm not the only one who feels kind of strong about this stuff. Or that I'm not the only one. That was the kitten walking by. That was Gizmo. That know the truth and aren't afraid to say the truth is another thing entirely. Personally, I would call it like I said. You can put lipstick on a damn pig. That sucker's still a freaking pig, okay? I don't care what you do to it. You can put it in a damn dress. It's still a pig with lipstick and a dress. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we're all idiots to go run and vote, stand in the rain, stand for 15 hours in the sun. Hell no. No, I wouldn't do it if it was good weather. I love the ones with the little curtains. You got to shut the curtain because your ballot is secret. Your hat's got who you're voting for. There's 4 bumper stickers on. You got 15 signs in the yard. Yeah, you mean to make that secret vote? This shit cracks me up every year. Everybody got the little thing on. I got a sticker. I voted. You're a dumbass. Yeah, because I'm telling you, if Jesus, I know, was a real person, by the way, but if God showed up today, he better have ID because I'm not gonna believe it. I'm a show me person. You can't just walk around going you this, that, the other. No, you ain't. And yeah, they're here. They're doing it. They'll turn in 1.5 million absentee ballots for one county alone. But again, I want to know how the integrities work here. What's the integral part here? If the president is still being elected by the Electoral College, how are the votes registering at all? What does it matter? Borrowed a line from Hillary. What does it matter anyway? So if anybody out there wants to argue that with me, please come on, bring it. I would love to have a good discussion about this. And I'm always open to learning anything. So yes, come on and tell me, no, that's not, this is how it works. I mean, just tell us all. It wouldn't just be me. I don't think. You can private message me on Facebook. I don't think you have my name, but you could. I'm not sharing my name on YouTube. Not that I'm afraid of shit. I just don't want to go there. So I don't want to be on this long today. So I'm about to wrap this up in a nice little package. All of you out there, if you've seen me, I appreciate you guys who are here. And I appreciate those who might just jump in. I love my guys here. It really does help the channel, though. If you'll hit at least the like button for me, and they said this, I know this way that I'm actually not pissing off a couple million people. So come on over, hit the like. I'm not asking for your blood work, no name. Just tickle the bell. Come see me. Let's talk about this stuff. I would love it if anybody would like to see some research, because that would make me busier than what I'm going to be doing, which is taking care of the house. I'd prefer to be studying. Everybody would. So come see me, drop it in the comments, if you like. I tend to try to be on between 10 and 12, and I see I've made it. Robert got me. It's so cute. It's a little rose thing if I turn my hand. It's got little roses and ceramic on it. So, yeah, I better go. I keep talking about me, right? We're not supposed to be talking about me. Well, maybe a little. So, me and my lovely new gal, we're going to prance off of here and start trying to do some work on the house. Changing out this big dresser. Our big shelving area is already a nightmare. I know. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about or want to see something, hit the like, jump into comments. I mean, you can subscribe and I'll see it up there. I usually try to have live chat on it. And again, I'm on between 10 and 12. So come and see me then. And I can see I'm running close to being an hour. If I waited 10 more seconds, But anyway, guys, come see me. Appreciate all of you guys. Much love, guys. Stay safe. Toodles.